A current project is a commission with the U.S. Census Bureau. The U.S. Census Bureau is getting a brand new facility to house, I think, 6,000 workers will be there. And I was invited to do a large-scale data work of my own. It's a data visualization using 60,000 points of census data for the last over 200 years. And so it's a very large 40-foot wall that sort of floats out into space. That's in production right now.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
How are you?
Good. Good. I'm Ross Hamilton. I'm the Senior Project Manager with Chicago Scenic Studios. And we kind of pride ourselves on building anything that nobody else wants to. Jason came to us, he brought in a structural engineer who created a design. And so what we have in front of us is the result of that design. It's an 8,000-pound piece of art.
So there are two big support columns. These mount to the support columns, and this whole thing is suspended out in space. So it sort of juts out into the lobby, kind of like a sail.
And it's an interesting question that came up in my mind when working on this, which is, these are data professionals that work in this building. These are people who work with this stuff all the time. And I'm not going to presume to try to teach them about their data. My interest here is to talk about data as sort of a formal object. Data in its nature has beauty, right? The pattern of change across some data set can be naturally interesting, and visualizing that inherent richness, while again trying to be true to sort of the idea of a graph. So without manipulating the data, to show some sort of richness. Aesthetic richness is what I'm interested in that project.
By compiling and reconfiguring those materials, he's able to unearth patterns, uncanny structures lurking within this environment around us. In the end, his work provides us with a new perspective on our environment. I think you might look at the world a little differently after seeing his work.
The current project for the museum encapsulates a lot of these different issues. I have turned to the interior of the home and the furnishings of the home and the way that those things are marketed to us, the way we buy those, and the ubiquity of choices.
Hi, good morning. My name is Mary Alice. I'm with IKEA here in Bolingbrook, Illinois. IKEA's concept is we do a little, you do a little, and together we save a lot. Our company was founded by Ingvar Kamprad. We have two ways to shop here. One, you'll see a red tag. The red tag tells you to go into the self-serve area, what aisle and what bin to get the product, and the yellow tag will tell you need a coworker to help you. We're a destination store. You can spend the day here, have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We have a play area for your children, a full-serve restaurant, and Swedish meatballs. We say home is the most important place in the world, and we're really happy you're here with us today.
I have things from IKEA. If there's a critique, it's not without reflection and not without ambivalence. These things make sense. It's great to have pretty decently made furniture that's available pretty cheap. That's a great thing, you know, but man, there's one in every town. Or people, I mean, for that particular store, people, you know, will drive a couple hours to go to that store and have this shopping experience. And their catalog is now, I believe last year there were approximately 175 million were distributed around the world. The IKEA catalog is the most published print object in the world. In one aspect of my current work, decided to deal with that object specifically. And I reformatted the entire catalog and made a new one, which I call the Field Guide to Style and Color. Performed a few different sort of averaging operations and color operations, and it becomes this pure abstraction in 374 pages. And I'm interested in the way the object is formatted and the way it's designed and the color choices that are made, and those color choices as influences of the color choices we make.
And this is a good example of how Jason balances the analytical side and the aesthetic side, because he makes certain choices that are based on the history of post-war painting, or 20th century modern painting in general, geometric abstraction. So when he titles that piece, A Field Guide to Style and Color, he is in a sense equating the work of modern masters of abstraction with that of the interior designer or the graphic designer. It's taken to another degree in his 374 Farben, the title of which is based on Gerhard Richter's titles for his Farben series in the 70s. 374 Farben is German for 374 colors. And in this work, he's reduced each of the 374 pages of the catalog into its average color. It's almost like telling us these are the style colors of 2007. Well, this current exhibition consists of two halves of an idea, in a sense, two related bodies of work. One of them being the abstractions, which are based on the 2007 IKEA catalog. The other half of the exhibition is a very different approach to the same material, the same content, and that is the photorealistic animations.